Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 134. And my name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and Buy and Sell DVC.com.
And today is August 30th, 2023. So your 11th month window is going to be July 30th, 2024. And your 7th month window is going to be March 30th, 2024. Please don't make any reservations for Vero Beach for July 29th time frame because I need that reservation or 7 months. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And on that note, we're just going to go into the buy and sell side of things. And really, I just want to touch on, the DVC program is essentially prepaying your vacations. If you, let's just use a scenario where you're paying cash. So you buy your points, you pay cash, you have your points, you part it with your cash, you have your points, and now you're going to use your points every year. Of course, you do have annual dues, which includes your maintenance fee and taxes. But you have these points that are going to use, and the resorts all have an expiration date. We'll just use Saratoga, for example, expires January 31st, 2054. So you have your points until then. So I love the program. I worked for DVC starting in October of 1999, and I still remember, getting hired, and I would say the training was maybe 3 weeks, and I was listening to a gentleman, maybe people know the name Ted Watson, who used to work for DVC for many, many years, and, he's just explaining the program and how these owners can buy these points, and you can use these points. You can stay one night, you can stay 5 nights, you can stay 7 nights, you can get 2 rooms, you can get 3 rooms. And I just thought it was the most, and of course I will tell you this, there was probably 15 people maybe in our class. And I'm just firing questions, one after the other, because I'm trying to find, where's the catch, so to speak. And I'm just firing questions off. And, and now, of course, that I'm using the membership more and more, I appreciate it even more, because it's like, how much would these rooms be if I had to pay cash in 2023? Because it's like, everything's going up. But guess what? The point charts are not going up.
Yep, you're locked in at a discounted rate for 40 years, 50 years.
The point chart is the reality of it is it's going to be the same until it ends. Obviously, things can get adjusted if, 3 years from now, for some reason the kids in the United States are going 12 months out of the year, and instead of March spring break, it's May is spring break. Things would adjust. Yeah. But those types of things are probably not going to happen. So
they can never add more points to make it more expensive. They have to take it. They can move stuff around. So you're locked in.
Yeah. And so it's just, I feel, and when I'm at the resorts and I see these people, you generally just see happy people. You don't see people at the front desk complaining. And you just, and if you're in these different Disney Vacation Club Facebook groups, whether it's the Bay Lake Tower one or the Grand Floridian or the Vero Beach or the Hilton Head, it's just positive after, you know what I mean? Because if there was negatives, the negatives would be there, like I'm selling my membership because I waited 4 hours to go down the water slide at Vero Beach or something, it just doesn't happen. Yeah. So, I love it. I think the program's incredible. And then it had me thinking of other popular things that people prepay for. So, I was thinking of Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, because people put money in, that they're going to use, later on in life. And those are, a popular retirement tool.
For the record, DVC does not offer any tax advantages. Unless you rent out your points and you can write off your maintenance fees, but that's different.
And then you have 401ks. You have 529 plans for college that a lot of people use. There's prepaid college plans. All these things are very popular. And of course, I was wondering if, does the person that, use the 401k and the IRA and the 529, are they more apt become a DVC member because they're already used to those types of things,
That's
and
interesting.
they see the benefit of it.
Because I have IRA, I have a 401k, I have a 529, and I bought into DVC many years ago. Maybe because you're kind of used to it, and you go, okay, this makes sense. Maybe it's people who look a little more towards the future and able to see and go, I'm going to put money in my 401k because I know it's going to grow exponentially for the next 35 years, and they're the ones that are willing to say, hey, this is a good deal because I can have this for the next 50 years at this discounted rate. So that's a really interesting theory, that the people who invest in 401ks and all these things in the future are the ones who also do DVC.
Yeah, because again, I'm the same way. Same way. So I'm like, to me, it makes sense. And then I started thinking, because DVC's been around, you say 91, 92. I think Roth IRA's only been around since 1998. The traditional IRA's been around longer. 529 plans, I'm not sure when they came out.
I don't know.
So what? Because the cruises are very popular. And again, I went on a bunch of cruises. I know you go on cruises. And I was trying to think if anyone's ever thought of a way to turn, some type of cruise scenario into like a cruise vacation club. Obviously I'm not, and if,
You and I've got shipping and buy a ship. We're going to buy a big cruise ship and we're going to set this up.
and we may have just given this idea out to the whole world and someone's going to roll with it. We don't, maybe, but our idea could be patent pending, you don't know.
That's right.
But I would think that if there's a way to do it, there would be people that would buy in, because cruises, the prices, the prices go up, but the ships keep getting bigger. So I guess it's obvious that the prices go up, but it's like the prices keep going up. You could lock in your rate, and then I was thinking like,
I would do that.
Airlines.
I would do that.
Yeah, people would airlines, cruise ships. I don't know, how that works, but I would think that those could be possibilities,
I think we have to kill this episode and just rethink this as a business idea. You're giving away too many good ideas right now, I think.
Because I would, because there is, something is going to come up, besides the things that we mentioned, the IRAs and the 529s, the Disney Vacation Club. It's something else is going to exist like that in 5 years, 10 years. So I was trying to.
Some airlines do the prepaying where they could fly unlimited for life.
Really?
Prepaid advance, yes.
See, I thought that someone did that in the 80s or 90s, and then they lost money on it, so they stopped doing it. Or something.
They did, and then I know a couple of them recently have done prepay, and you can fly for like a year for free or 2 years or something like that. I think like Frontier did that, or Spirit, or one of the lower cost carriers did that as well. But there have been those airline plans. So interesting. You're giving away too much good stuff here. Too much knowledge, too much good ideas before we're able to figure out a way to monetize this.
Okay. So now we will move on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
Gotta monetize my food reviews. So today we are back at STK for their happy hour. Again, I got 5 different things. I'm gonna do 2 more today. As a reminder, their happy hour there is 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, 3 to 5:30 on Saturdays and Sundays, and then all nights, 10 o'clock to close. Next thing I tried on here was the $3 tater tots. So we're showing
Wait, did you mention what window you were there for?
Oh, I was there.
You were there for the 10 to close, right?
Of course, I'm a huge party guy. 10 to close. It was the 3 to 6:30 p.m. on a Tuesday or something like that. I forget why. The kids were somewhere, and Shannon and I were just like, we had to go to Disney Springs. I was like, let's just do the happy hour. I don't remember why we were there, to be honest with you. But $3 tater tots, which if you see with the picture, you get 3 tater tots. But they're big tater tots. They're probably about the size of, each tater tot's probably the size of 2.5 to 3 regular tater tots. Came with an interesting dipping sauce. They don't tell you what the dipping sauce is. Spicy, I was not a huge fan of it. I actually used the sauce that came with the second item I'm going to discuss today to dip my tater tots in. These are really good, and I think these are my wife's favorites out of all the items that we tried, and we actually ordered a second round of the tater tots later on. Crispy outside, soft potato inside. Inside, picture a regular tater tot you get. So you bite it in half, it's kind of like a little like chunky, it's still kind of like chunky inside the tater tot. This is more like a knish, like it was like whipped, like it was softer and it was creamier inside. So more like a knish than a regular tater tot. I would definitely get these again. I would give these an 8.3. And we also tried, again, those were $3. We tried the $6 short rib quesadilla. That came with a mustard sauce, which I used with my tater tots. And I believe other items I dipped that sauce as well. I found that was definitely the best sauce. This is definitely, they call it a quesadilla. This is not a quesadilla. So what they do is, I don't know if they cut like a tortilla and then they roll it up. So essentially you've got a little roll that's about this long filled with some ribeye meat inside. So the funny thing, there was 4 small little logs. So, quesadilla is normally big folded over, these were these little logs rolled up. For $6, you don't really get very much there. They were fun to try. Overall, I'd give the flavor a 7.2. I don't know if I would order it again just for the tiny portion amount. I mean, not that I condone it, but you could probably take all 4 of these and put these in your mouth at the same time.
Really?
I mean, they're little. You can stack in there and look like a chipmunk and have the entire thing in your mouth. So not a huge portion, decently tasty. Just for $6, I don't know if I'd get them again or if I'd just do something different.
And now we're on to the DVC-Rental side of things.
So a couple weeks ago, we did the Hoop Dee Do for the first time.
I love the Hoop Dee Do, even though it's been years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we tried it. It was I mentioned them a lot. The EdCot group came down here, which is the DVC Revue. They have a group called EdCot, and everybody in there has become like a big family. It's a bunch of families. Then we started traveling together a little bit. Like we're doing a cruise next year with the EdCot group. They came down to Disney, and all of us did, not all of us, the majority of us did the Hoop Dee Do Revue. There are 3 categories. There's the main floor, which is $74. The back balcony, which is $69, and then you've got the side balconies, which are $66. We were on the main floor. It was a really fun show. We enjoyed it. Lots of singing and dancing. Some, not a ton of, but some audience participation. The food was fair at best. They had St. Louis style ribs, fried chicken, cornbread, a salad, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, beans. And then they bring 1 strawberry shortcake for dessert, and you have to split it. We had a bigger table. There were 8 of us. We were with the Callahans, and Cassandra works for us as well. So they gave us 2 of those. Barely anybody ate them. They were okay.
Barely anybody ate the strawberry shortcake?
Yes. By the time there was a lot. I mean, we had 2 of them. I don't think we even ate half of 1 combined with 8 of us.
Because it wasn't that good?
It was okay. There's nothing special.
Gosh, when people leave dessert uneaten.
I know, you're a huge dessert guy. I know. But for us, this is probably a one and done. I think the balcony seats may have actually had the best view. We were on the main floor, and to be honest, I had a table, I'm sitting like this, and the stage is behind me. So what's nice is that they give you chairs that spin around, so I can spin around and watch the show. But then the food arrives, and I've got to turn back around to eat, and now the whole show is going on behind me, and I can't see anything. So the sight lines in here were pretty horrible. I mean, half of the people who are here can't watch the show when you're eating. And they bring you a lot of food, and it's family style, so they'll bring you more. So you're spending a decent amount of time eating, which means you're not facing the show. You're trying to peek around while you're eating a chicken leg. Not super simple. So it was okay. It was fun. The music was fun. I mean, we enjoyed it. Just it's very expensive, and I just don't know if we would do it again. And again, I just happen to be in a bad seat. Truthfully, when we go out to places like this, I normally kind of sacrifice myself, and I let my wife or the kids or whoever have the better seats so they can see stuff. Or if we're at Raglan Road, I want to make sure they're facing the entertainment, and I'll sit with my back to them. It's not preferred, but it's just, it's what I do. But it just, for $74, it kind of stunk that, majority of my time I wasn't watching the show. But the show was good, and it was funny. The performers did a very good job. There was nothing wrong with that. They were fantastic. But food was iffy and expensive for what you get. I mean, you're paying for the show as well, so it makes sense. But it's probably a one and done for us. But
Can you
it was
just
fun.
let people know, like, let's say they're staying on Disney World property and they wanted to get there using Disney transportation? Can you just kind of give them a rundown? I mean, not everyone may know even what area this is.
Correct. It's over at Fort Wilderness. So I'm trying to. I guess you have to take a bus over there. We drove. You have to have reservations. Fort Wilderness is relatively tight with parking, so you can't just like show up there, and you have to have a reservation. But you go there and you park, and then you have to wait at like the little bus terminal, and they have buses that go through the campground. So even when you park or you take a bus there, you still have to transfer and wait to take another bus that'll go through the campgrounds and go back to the I forget what it's called. Was it the village? I forget. The outpost. The outpost where they have Hoop Dee Do Revue, and this is where they had Trails End Restaurant, which has now been, I think, renamed. It's been renamed. But that's how you get down to the outpost. Is Fort Wilderness, then you've got to take a second bus to go through the whole area. But it's a nice, relaxing.
What time was your show?
I believe it was the 6:30 show.
Because there's two shows,
Yeah,
right?
it was the later show. So I guess
Wait, when's the first show?
I think it's at 5.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Because we had to wait for another group to come out, and then they quickly clean up, and then we went in.
So when you're
6 or
standing in
6:30.
line, is there still a Disney Vacation Club booth right there, or no?
There, I believe there was there, because I know they had the place where you signed in, and then they had a place right next to it where they were selling alcohol and drinks and stuff.
I mean, this is like when you're
But DVC
outside. I mean, this is
I'm not sure if there's a DVC booth there.
interesting.
Does anybody remember there being a DVC booth when we went to the Hoop Dee Do Revue outside?
I do not recall. What used to be the DVC booth, I think, is now the check-in.
Okay. We're being told that possibly what the DVC booth was the check-in area where they checked us in. I didn't recall seeing a DVC booth. Maybe it's there, but I'm not sure.
Okay. That used to be my favorite place to work back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's a cool area. It's fun, and they make it like wildernessy area. And again, you've got to go through the campgrounds to get there. And sometimes you're seeing deer walking by because this is where people are camping out and everything. So it's a really, really cool area, and it'd be fun just to drive through there. And again, during Christmas season and stuff, you've got all the trailers and stuff that are there, and they decorate, and all the golf carts are decorated with Christmas lights and stuff. So I mean, that's a whole bit of entertainment in itself.
Plus, if someone saw a really, really old picture of River Country, that's where that water park was, right? You know that area?
I believe somewhere near the area, yes. I'm not 100% sure if River Country, was it right there?
I mean, somewhere near. I mean,
Maybe. See, we've got all these other people who are big Disney fans, and none of them are paying attention and listening, so they can't even help us. So, not really sure. Thanks, Disney family.
I just forgot what I was going to say.
It doesn't matter. We're out.
But the Hoop Dee Do Revue is.
When was the last time you did it?
It was. I mean, it's been a long. I mean,
5 years, 10 years,
2002 maybe.
So 20 years, 20-something years. Okay, it's been a while for you. And I guarantee you didn't pay $74 a person to go.
I probably did.
It was
not.
probably $30 at the time at most.
And it is before kids. So, but yeah, I mean, was it mainly families, or was there a lot of people there without kids too?
Mainly families. There's a lot of families there.
And when you say it's sold out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing I was going to say is, I mean, that's the area also where they do horseback riding near there.
Correct.
I don't know if they still do it or not.
They do. It's
Okay.
now towards the front where you catch the bus.
Okay.
But yeah, they have the horseback.
Have you ever
riding
done
there.
horseback riding there? Or
I have
no?
not.
Okay.
I wanted to do the horse-drawn carriages there at Christmas time, but I never got around to doing that. Maybe
So I did
that's the time.
we've done the horseback riding, but it's only, I don't know what, it's only slow speed. There's no, I'm used to horseback riding where you get
You're
to go.
jumping things and
But you get to go fast. There's no going fast there. So that's a neat little area.
yeah, it is.
Have you ever had someone that you know, like with an RV there?
Boy, I wish I could talk. My son's friend for his birthday, his mom rented an RV once there. I guess the company comes and they set the RV for you, and then my son and a couple other friends like slept over in the RV. It wasn't like a Christmas time or anything. It was just a regular slept over in the RV and golf cart and drive around and stuff. So they had a lot of fun doing that. But
That's an interesting birthday party idea.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like once we did Granville at Old Key West for my oldest son and had a couple friends sleep over. But yeah, the RV one's interesting. And again, she's not an RV person. She's actually a Disney cast member. But yeah, it had some RV company come, set everything up, and then they hung out there and did like a little camp out type thing and got the golf cart and drove around and had a good old time.
Yeah, because my cousins, they used to do RVing and they've stayed there one time. I mean, it's hard to get a reservation there, I'm sure you know.
Yeah. I know, especially at Christmas time. Like a lot of times those people are booking it a year in advance. Like they book far out and it's packed for Christmas. And I've walked around there Christmas. It is absolutely wonderful.
Well, that's good news. And so what would you say is the closest resort to the review? Fort Wilderness? I mean,
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge or Boulder Ridge?
Yes, Wilderness Lodge, Boulder Ridge / Copper Creek / there's all the same Wilderness Lodge. That's the closest, and they have a boat ride that goes between the two resorts as well. That's the closest one. And Contemporary Bay Lake Towers relatively close as well. I think they still have a boat that runs back and forth from theirs.
So if you were a family that were staying 4 nights at Boulder Ridge or Copper Creek, would you say yay or nay on Hoop Dee Do Revue?
I say if you've never done it before, it depends. It depends on the kids' ages possibly as well. If they like a live performance with jokes and singing and people going through the crowds and making jokes, I mean, I think it's definitely worth trying out. I mean, for somebody, I always joke around, the hashtag thrifty. I try not to spend, we live locally also. You can't do everything because you'll go broke. But I figure for like a one-time shot, I would say do it. And again, I would do the category 3, the least expensive one, side balcony, because I felt that gives you some of the best views, and it's gonna save you $8 a person. I would say do it once maybe. It'll be fun. It's it's a dinner theater type show, but I don't think it's really necessary to do multiple times or every trip. Maybe it's something you and your family does once every 5 years or something. You go, let's do Hoop Dee Do Revue because we know it's gonna be fun and laughing and joking and singing and it'll be cool. But it's not one of those things that I don't think it's anything that you sit there and say I need to do this every time I come down here.
But it does make it on the Scott Pirelli big board to check it off your list.
Yes.
Okay. That's good news.
Between living down here and then doing this for business, there's checkboards that we have to do stuff and, we have to do things for the business and eat certain things and try stuff. So checked it off, finally did Hoop Dee Do Revue. It was fun.
All right.
And all the people I went with enjoyed it as well.
That's fantastic. And you gave them the better seats, it sounds like.
Yes.
So that's nice of you. All right. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Let us know your Hoop Dee Do review. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for watching.